Good morning, and thank you for joining us for today's webinar. We will be getting started here in just about 30 seconds, allowing a couple more minutes for other attendees to log on. We'll be right back. Thank you so much. Good morning once again. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be getting underway here. Today's webinar is Smoke the Competition, How to Steal Their Customers with Targeted Mobile Ads. Really exciting topic. Usually a little bit of a challenging concept to understand, at least how to do it correctly. So we're going to be covering this today, and I'm really excited about it. So drive traffic right to your store with targeted mobile ads. For our agenda today, we're going to be covering how to target the competition, the strategies that will make you successful, how to measure the effectiveness of your campaign, something that here at Footraffik, we take it very seriously. A little bit about myself. My name is Eduardo Silva. I'll be your host for today. I have 18 years in marketing and sales experience, have been working out of the San Francisco Bay Area for the last 23 years or so. And I'm really excited to be joining this industry. A little bit of a background here, obviously culturally speaking, a very long track record of being part of the industry, if you will, and very happy to be able to bring a lot of these skills that I have adopted along the way to help advance our customers. A little bit about Footraffik. Footraffik is a digital marketing agency fully focused in the cannabis space. We've been in business for over 5 years now and have been offering all sorts of digital marketing initiatives to help drive additional customer acquisition and revenue to dispensaries. We started out of Southern California, and with the medicinal market, and once recreational went legal, we've been pushing the forefront of that industry as well. So really excited to be working in this industry and helping advance our customers. So let's get ready here for our webinar today. If you could take a quick moment and just mute your cell phones. We're going to be covering a lot of content in a very small time window. So that will help at least absorption of the content. And then second of all, if you could just familiarize yourself with the Zoom interface, there is a Q&A section at the top of the screen. Do take a moment to find that. We do have panelists on staff here and standby, ready to answer any questions throughout the webinar. So we don't want you to delay or dwell on your questions. Just ask away and we'll be answering those throughout. However, we do have a moment here in the end as well where we're going to be answering those questions live. And do be sure to stick around. We do have a special offer for the attendees today at the end of the webinar. So once again, really excited about having you here today. Really excited about the content. So let's get on their way. Where do we start? Now, if you are in an urban location, it can be hard to break into the cannabis market. There are plenty of competing dispensaries, so building brand awareness is time-consuming and difficult. Even in suburban dispensary regions, there are actually a lot of new competition moving in. So how can you start creating a customer base or driving additional traffic to your store? With so many regulations about what you can and can't do, and even limitations on the language you can use, it may seem like it's impossible to create a plan that gets your brand in front of your customers. Thankfully, there are plenty of compliant ways to reach potential customers, especially when you implement digital strategies correctly. Your digital advertising strategy can play a huge role in whether potential customers find your store or whether they stick with your competition. We are big advocates of integrated advertising strategies that uses targeted mobile banner ads, Google ads, and local SEO to find and advertise to people within your ideal audience. They can be used together to create a comprehensive plan that reaches most people in your region. Even if you have a loyal customer base, growing your pool of customers is crucial for increasing your revenue. You will need to advertise to maintain relevancy and attract additional customers. Today, we're focusing on mobile banner ads and competitor targeting. But if you want to learn more about other advertising strategies, be sure to check out our website once we're done here today, footraffik.co. And we'll be putting this link also in the chat window here so you can actually save that on your side. So let's talk about what mobile banner ads are. You have heard us talk about Geo-Ads in the past. These are also known as mobile banner ads. They are display ads that only show up on mobile devices when your set parameters are met. If you've been on your cell phone today browsing a mobile site or doing some Sudoku in an app, then you probably came across a few of them before you even had your first sip of coffee. You can run your ads based on a variety of factors. For example, you can choose to run your display ads when your store is open and within a 5-mile radius. Of course, there's a potential problem here. How can you ensure that only people of age see your ads? Thankfully, you can set age and behavioral parameters so only individuals who are old enough and who are interested in cannabis see your ads. You are committed providing advertising and analytics services to dispensaries and marijuana delivery services. So we've broken down the biggest marketing hurdle facing the cannabis industry, which is compliant places to advertise. Stop worrying about where you can advertise and let us get your ads in front of your ideal customers right away. Our compliant display ad network includes over 3,000 cannabis-friendly mobile websites and apps. Our network lets you share targeted banner ads with people who are already interested in cannabis products, meaning they have already been searching through the internet for cannabis products. And guess what? These banner ads are 5 times more likely to lead to a click, which means more sales. Here's a case study of a medical marijuana dispensary based out of New York. They invested $5,000 in mobile banner ads for the month of July and targeted competing dispensaries and known cannabis users. Their investment resulted in 184 visits to their dispensaries with an average order value of $170, which generated $31,000 in revenue, with a return on ad spend of $6.20 for every dollar spent. When it comes to mobile banner ads, getting it right means you need to target the right audience. When using location-based targeting for mobile ads, you can choose where people will see your ads. For example, if you're located in Los Angeles, you can draw a fence around Culver City, Chinatown, Eco Park, Hollywood, and other nearby neighborhoods to encourage your target audience to shop with you. The idea is simple, right? By choosing certain parameters, you can make your ads more relevant to the people who see them and increase the likelihood of them buying from you. But what if there's a dispensary just a few blocks away? One that is right in the neighborhoods where your customers live. This is where competitor targeting can keep you top of mind and help you siphon away the competitor's business. So, why should you target the competition? According to Accenture, a multinational Fortune 500 consulting company, people are now less likely to stick with a popular brand than they've ever been before. 77% of people are now quicker to ditch their brand loyalty than they were 3 years ago. That's 3/4 of the population. Engage them on an emotional level, and they will switch to you. Here's another surprising stat for you. 61% of people have switched brands within the last year. That's huge. This means that 2/3 of the people have already shown they're willing to switch. Customers are fickle, but if you play your cards right, this can work in your favor. Ultimately, your competition's customers are already interested in your products, what you're offering them, which is cannabis. In many places, you're probably even selling the same exact brands as the competition. When you target those customers, you're targeting a highly relevant audience and providing them with an alternative, you. Now that we've covered the value of this practice, let's talk about how to do it. With mobile banner ads, you can draw an outline around competitors and dispensaries in your area. When someone visits a site or app and they're in the store, right, that your competition is, or the designated area, they will see your ad. Picking where to target is the easy part though. Once you've done that, you need to focus on what you will be showing your new potential customers. In other words, your display ad. For any advertising push, you want to ensure that you're building brand awareness. So your logo should always appear on your display ads. It will help you create brand recognition. And if you're creating a good ad, reflect positively on your dispensary. But your logo isn't the only thing that should tie your brand and your ad together. You should also make use of your brand style guide and incorporate your brand colors and your typography. Display ads are image-based ads, and you want to grab your customer's attention. At the same time, you don't want to create an eyesore. Stick to 3 colors max, only 1 or 2 of which can be bold. For typography, 2 fonts are okay, but don't go overboard. Remember, these will be read in a passing and on a small screen. So you want to make it easy for potential customers to engage with your ad. And of course, what you say is also important. Your brand voice is crucial, and it's a big part of your ad. Your copy should reflect how you engage with your customers and help begin a new relationship. To make your campaign successful, pair your ads with an incentive. If you do, your ad is more likely to be successful since you're giving potential customers something worth switching for. If you want people to start shopping with you, it's not enough to just say, hey, I exist, I'm right here. To get them to break out of their routine and shop with you instead, you need to make it worth their while. Do you have an introductory offer or an ongoing deal that works well for introducing people to your dispensary? If not, it's time to start brainstorming. Whether you offer a percentage off for first-time buyers or 2 joints for $5, having this will get customers to buy from you. You also want to remove any barriers. Make it easy, really, really simple for them to shop with you. For example, if your delivery service is in LA, you can offer free delivery and highlight your fast turnaround times. Since the customers have nothing to lose by trying out your service, they're more likely to try to buy from you for the first time. Let's talk about the call to action. For most banner ads, your CTA will be pretty simple. Order now. If you are a medicinal dispensary that requires appointments, you may use something like schedule your consultation now. Don't skip the call to action. People are more likely to click on your ad if you have a compelling one. You don't want to go through all of this trouble to just get a person to buy from you once. You want to focus on converting these customers into your own loyal customers. Why? Because a dispensary customer can be worth over $2,000 a year. One way to do this is to get them to sign up for your loyalty program by getting their email and phone number. This way, you can retain the customer and encourage them to buy from you on a regular basis. They're opting into your marketing so that you can continue to send them your deals and specials. Having them as part of your list will encourage them to continue to shop with you. You can even highlight your loyalty program as a call to action. Once your ads are live, it's time to start measuring the return on ad spend. Revenue attribution is the act of determining which marketing efforts have led to sales. With digital advertising, you want to know that your money, the money you are investing in your ads, are resulting in sales, and how much of those sales are attributed to each of your advertisement channels. That way, you can continue to invest in the strategies that bring you more money or those which have the highest return on ad spend. In order to track the effectiveness of your marketing channels, you need to have an e-commerce platform that allows you to access your sales data. We've done past webinars on this, so be sure to check out past webinars as well. Once again, the link is in the chat window, so feel free to copy that. You should install Google Analytics, enable e-commerce tracking, and connect it to your online menu so you can start creating a picture of where your sales are coming from. Enabling e-commerce tracking lets you monitor how many new returning customers are visiting your site, how they're finding you, how many are purchasing from you, and how much money they are spending. This is so important. And these metrics are vital for determining which marketing channels yield the highest return. Did a customer engage with your Google ad and then click through your special landing page? Did they see your ad on ESPN's website? Did they search for a dispensary near them and then end up on your site? All of this information helps you see how you're getting your sales so that you can then increase your spend on the channels that matter. In order to implement revenue attribution, you need to track two things: the conversion and the sale. A conversion is a desired action. In digital marketing, this is generally a click, like clicking on a link on your menu. From the conversion side, we need to know what propelled a person to make the purchase. Basically, what is the touch point that made them convert into a sale? Sometimes there isn't enough touch points. There are several. Maybe the client searched on Google, clicked your link, and dug around your website but left. Then another day, they saw your Google ad, clicked it, and made a purchase. You need to know this behavior. This will really help you understand your consumer and improve how they purchase from you in the future. From the sales side, we need to know how much money they spent on their purchase. All of this information will go into revenue attribution as a model. When you sync Google's tracking with your e-commerce, you can see the source of your web traffic, their conversion rate, and the number of transactions from that source. You can also see the total revenue that can be attributed to a specific source, as well as the average customer spend. And as long as you have the right platforms in place, Footraffik is happy to set this up for you. We have experience doing this for all cannabis e-commerce platforms. Plus, when you use Footraffik's mobile banner ads platform, we can also track in-store sales that are attributed to our campaigns. Now, you've probably heard of ROI, return on investment. We've certainly talked about it until I'm blue in the face. However, more recently, we've begun to move towards a return on ad spend, or ROAS. Why? This is more accurate. It paints a better picture of campaign success. It strips away all of the other variables that goes into ROI calculation. Return on ad spend is how much you earn in revenue for every dollar you spend in advertising. Return on ad spend is only concerned with the cost of ad campaign and not other additional marketing costs or cost of goods sold that should be considered in the ROI calculations. Basically, if you want to determine which of your ad campaigns is working best for you, this is the metric you want to use. To measure your return on ad spend, you simply divide the revenue that came from a specific marketing channel by the channel's ad spend. So if you want to get a simple example here, if you made $100,000 thanks to your $5,000 mobile banner ads campaign, your return on ad spend is $20 for every dollar spent. It's super simple. The whole goal of marketing is to generate revenue, but you won't know if you're succeeding unless you're tracking and measuring your campaigns. I've spoken with countless dispensary owners, and most are not tracking this. This is a standard in other industries, and we need to make it a standard in our industry as well. There's no specific successful ROAS, but in general, if you're making $4 for every dollar spent, that's considered good. Once you have your ROAS, the goal is to increase it. We all want more value for our dollar, right? So how can you go about doing this? I mentioned before that you need to have Google Analytics installed and e-commerce tracking enabled. This will let you see how many impressions and clicks you're getting. Depending on your e-commerce platform, this may take some extra steps to set up, but Footraffik is happy to assist. Once you have this up and running, you can use the different data you collect to determine which of your campaigns is scoring most clicks, which is generating the most revenue, and which are getting the most impressions. You can then begin to optimize your campaigns to improve your ROAS. For example, let's say that one of your campaigns is getting massive impressions, but not many people are clicking through. By comparing it to another campaign that's getting more clicks, you can identify how to improve your results. Maybe you need to whittle down your audience so it's better targeted. Or maybe the copy isn't compelling enough. By changing your call to action, you will increase your clicks. Running different campaigns can really help you identify both problems and areas of opportunity. Unfortunately, not every dispensary has the marketing budget or the team to do this. And thankfully, when you work with Footraffik, you get the benefit of our expertise. Because we have run thousands of campaigns across North America, we're able to optimize your ads quickly and get larger market share faster. And the best part of it is that you get the reporting. So there's no empty promises. You will receive monthly reports that show how effective your campaigns are. If we spy opportunities, we'll let you know. And if we identify problems, we'll troubleshoot them and keep you in the loop. Our goal is to maximize your marketing budget so that you see the greatest returns. Here we have a case study for a medical dispensary based out of Minnesota. For this client, we targeted competing dispensaries and known cannabis users. They invested $3,500 in mobile banner ads over the course of the month of July. The investment resulted in 121 visits to their dispensary with an average order value of $242. This generated $29K in revenue with a return on ad spend of $8.36. Now, I should add that the longer you run banner ads, the better off you will be. In the beginning, normally you see a lower return because people are still becoming more familiar with your brand. So for this client, the possibilities are only growing. The return on ad spend is only increasing from here. So if you want to get the most out of your marketing budget, increase your market share, then you need to implement a tested strategy with Footraffik that includes revenue attribution. Our mobile banner ad service will help you steal customers from your competitors, build brand awareness, and increase your sales with compliant advertisement for cannabis. And best of all, we do it all for you. So skip the learning curve and put your sales on the fast track. We want to help you set up a targeted mobile banner ad so you can actually steer your business in the right direction and start seeing the return. We're offering a special deal for first-time clients. Normally, the starting cost for mobile targeted ads is $1,000. This week, new clients can get 20% off their trial month for mobile banner ads. That's right. That's thousands of impressions for just $800 your first trial month. But we need to move fast because we're not going to be offering this past October 7th. So next week's is the deadline. So let us know. I'm going to open up now for questions from the audience. So if you could take a moment, just launch the Q&A window there for us and pop in your questions about what you have heard here today. Targeted mobile banner ads. Any questions that I could address for you? First question here, what parameters can you use with mobile banner ads? Great question. We can use age. We can use geographical location. In other words, what is the radius that you want to target? We can use competing dispensaries. We can use propensity towards cannabis, meaning identify specifically the audience that you want to target that's already searching the internet for cannabis products. And in addition, we can even create lookalike audience. We can actually use your existing customer base to identify who else that looks like this audience, age, demographics, right? Sex, income, that we can target in that same area. It's amazing. Great question. How long does it take to get these campaigns running? Great question. So it takes anywhere between maybe 3 days to 5 days to get everything dialed in, your target audience is set up, your creative set up, and making sure that we get your approval. We never launch any campaign without the approval from our clients, meaning you get your green lighted. So we work really fast with you to make sure that we're getting you to market as fast as possible. Great question. Is there any restrictions with mobile ads such as graphics of weed or keywords? So I am not a lawyer. I will say that you should definitely get advice from an attorney on this one. However, now that I've put that little insertion in there, I will tell you that you should be careful. From state to state, there are different regulations that may limit you on what you can actually use in terms of imagery. For example, in Canada, no graphics whatsoever that promotes lifestyle, that promotes the use of the cannabis. You cannot use it up there, right? In certain states, in the United States, you also have some regulations. So do check with the advertising regulation for the state, but this is a great question. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for your time today. I've absolutely enjoyed this webinar. And I want to go ahead and ask you, if you want to learn more, please navigate to footraffik.me/call. Let's get a call started. Let's get some of these other questions going. And I'm really, really happy that you've taken the time out of your day to join us today. Thank you so much for your time.